Hey, I'm Chase and this is All Things Around. This is going to be video number 3 of the MMI Neuralite collection. Now, the prior two are the last two videos, and first one was the Japanese washi paper dial. The second one was the Neuralite. I call it the Northern Lights. This one is going to be the Sapphire dial that's smoky and slightly transparent. Now, this is my least favorite of them. However, the specs on this watch is, to me, absolutely amazing, especially for the price point that's offered on the Kickstarter, linked down below. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into the review. MMI and their Neuralite. This one is number 3 of 3 that I've done a review on so far. So this is going to be their transparent sapphire dial, and you can kind of see the movement slightly behind. Now this watch comes, like the other ones, in a watch roll. Now in the watch roll, you have 3 different pouches. You have a different strap, the warranty card, and a NATO strap here. But really, the interesting thing is the watch itself. Now, I'm a huge proponent of MMI, and I love what they've done so far. Now, I've been around since they did the Torrid watch a couple years ago, and they've just been hitting the ball out of the park ever since. This is my least favorite from the 3, but it still checks all the boxes if you want a great watch. Now again, specifically, this is the Sapphire transparent dial. The other ones are also Sapphire. However, they have something different behind each and every one of them. This is more of the classic subdued look. Nothing bright, nothing in your face. So let's get into the case dimensions. This thing is made of 316L surgical stainless steel, so an upgrade from that classic industrial standard of 316 plain stainless steel. This is surgical stainless steel. This thing comes in at 39.5 millimeters in diameter, so just under 40. Comes in at 12 millimeters thick, high polished case. The lug to lug is going to be 46.5. So when I show you on my 7¼ inch wrist, this thing fits absolutely perfect, and the lug width on this is going to be 20 millimeters. So you can fit almost any type of strap on this, but the bracelet that comes on it is amazing. So let's talk about this. This thing is a high polished case. Now right here, the crown is going to be slightly larger by about 1.5 millimeters. I think this is a prototype watch. The actual manufactured one is going to be slightly larger, so that's nice to see. Again, high polished case. It is a fingerprint magnet. It does have some brushing here on the top. High polished bezel right there. Sapphire piece of glass. This is a single dome piece of sapphire glass. Air coating on the underside. The bracelet is what makes this thing so comfortable. The lug to lug, the small foot or profile of this watch, plus this bracelet makes it so comfortable on the wrist. This thing starts at 20 millimeters, tapers down to 18 millimeters, has a 5-link bead bracelet on it, so it is brushed on the outside, high polished on the inside, so it just screams class. Now it does have both a pressed and milled clasp. It is pressed on the top, milled underneath. This is a double pusher with a fold over locking clasp, and it does have 5 holes of micro adjustment. Uses screw in links, so not push pins, so also more high quality there. And on the back of this one, it is going to have the Northern Lights. Now this one has a Miyota 9015, so it is a great movement. This one is going to have the date on it. The other two in the series are the Miyota 9039s, no date. This one has a date. Just absolutely beautiful. 100 meters of water resistant. You can see right here it says Neuralite. It also says 316 stainless steel and a sapphire dial screw down case back. So let's talk about the movement inside. Again, inside a Miyota 9015, you can see there is a date wheel around the dial there. This is indicative of MMI and their brand, right? Every watch has their brand. MMI has the date wheel around the outside. You can see right here, especially in a dark setting with loomed. This little thing is loomed right here. You can see just at the 19. It is a red pip that goes around the underside of the Sapphire. It's hard to see just in the light, but it is so easy to see in the darkness. So pop it once, and you go into that date function, rotate it, and you can see the date rotating underneath. Hit it again, hacking and hand winding, and then you can go ahead and flip. Let's go ahead and go all the way around. These movements that they use now, a lot of watch companies, especially micro brands, will cheapen out on their movements. They'll use something like an NH35. I love the fact that MMI is using the higher end Miyota movements. So you come up to the 12 o'clock. I don't know if you guys saw it. It popped over on a quick changing date. So it's not that slow moving over an hour, hour and a half. Quick changing date, really, really great to see. One of the things that I did compliment the MMI watch before on the last two iterations is the way they did the dial. I love the fact that they did the even numbers around the dial with the sharp arrows on the odd around the dial. The printing is done perfectly. The fact that they're on a sapphire crystal gives it a nice depth that most watches don't offer. Just an absolute beautiful watch. Let's go ahead and toss this on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. And here's the watch on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. You can see with that footprint of 46.5, this thing fits perfectly. And one of the things that I complimented before was this 5-link beaded bracelet. And that's because it just allows it to contour to your wrist so much better. It is so comfortable once you fit it to your wrist, especially with the 5 micro adjustments down on the back. This thing is just comfortable, fits perfectly on the wrist. This thing can be worn in a suit. You can put something like a chase strap on this if you want. One of the things that I forgot to mention the other two is it does have quick release spring bars right here. So if I wanted to change the strap, I simply use my fingers and I can easily change the strap. Really, really nice to see that they decided to do that. Most bracelets are not going to offer this. Now, if you see some leather bands, they will, not the bracelets. I'm glad they incorporated that on everything so you can change the strap. Let's go ahead and toss it on a different one. And here's the reason why it's so important to put those quick release spring bars on the back of watches, especially today. Not a lot of people use tools or have tools, even though that's a recommendation of something if you have a watch collector in your life to get, but you can easily change the watch strap. You can see the whole thing just changed from a bracelet to this, and it just dresses it down. Don't ever be afraid to change your watch strap, and if you don't want to use an MMI watch strap and you want to upgrade to something a little bit better, don't forget to check out my watch strap company, Chase Straps. Again, Black Friday, discount, 45% off. Had to throw that in there. Now, what do you guys think about this watch? I'd love to hear your comments down in the description below. Remember, Black Friday is just right around the corner, so check out Chase Straps, link down in the description, my own personal watch strap company. 45% off, Black Friday only. Also, make sure to check out all the MMI watches. They are just a great watch company that's bringing you guys some very unique timepieces, which is kind of hard in today's world, especially in the affordable watch world of micro brands. Most are homages to other watches. These are completely unique. So if you want to pick something up that's different, that's classy, that turns heads, and is just a great design, check out MMI watches. Now, if you've made it this far, hit the subscribe button. It's free. It really does help the channel. Hit the like button. It really does help the algorithm. Push this video to other people, and make sure you guys hit the notification bell. Apparently people aren't getting notified, but hit that notification bell because I'm releasing a video almost every single day until the end of the year. And I'll see you guys in the next one.